क्या है ये?
कोई दिक्कत ना हो, कोई अब हमेशा उसके साथ कोई थोड़ी रहेगा। हम लोग सारे छोटे थे, इतना छोटे थे।
अभी बोलो।
सेकंड वाली तो वो वाला लाइन भी अच्छा लगा था आज की, डाउट नहीं है।
बेटा,
पूछोगे
I
तो पता कैसे
request
चलेगा कि बच्चे
everyone
सुन भी
mute
रहे हैं, सो रहे
yourself.
हैं।
Girls, mute yourself. ज्योति,
क्या बोल रही है?
निशा, आप स्टार्ट करिए। मेरे ख्याल से मैम भी आ चुकी हैं।
ओके मैम।
सुनीता मैम, आर यू देयर? Sunita ma'am, are you there? Akansha and Neha, please mute yourself. Sunita ma'am.
Yes, I am there.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, shall we start, ma'am?
In fact, I was not able to unmute. So now
Ma'am, you are already unmute. You are audible, very much audible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
So shall we? Yes, ma'am.
No,
We can see you. निशा, आप स्टार्ट कर सकती हैं.
Okay, ma'am. Greetings to all. I'm Dr. Nisha Bala on the behalf of Dolatram College and Indraprasth Shakti. A warm welcome you all in the Yuva Shakti Abhiyan. In this session, we have Professor Sunita Bhagat, who will discuss food and nutrition. We welcome ma'am on the behalf of DRC. Before ma'am start, I would like to give a brief introduction of ma'am. Dr. Sunita Bhagat is a professor, Department of Chemistry, ARST College, University of Delhi. She has teaching and research experience of about 30 years and has published 55 research papers in various international national journals of reputed, authored 3 books, 3 book chapters, and filed 2 patents to her credit. She has delivered talk and made presentations in more than 40 international and national conferences as well as workshops. Currently, she is a fellow, Delhi School of Public Health, Institute of Eminence, University of Delhi. She is recipient of many prestigious awards, with Excellence Award for Teachers, March 2023, University of Delhi. INSA Teacher Award 2017. Chemistry Teacher Award for Excellence in Teaching and Research in 2014 by Coastal Chemical Research Society, Andhra University. West Chemical Teacher Award Undergraduate Category in 2030 by Tata Chemicals, RSC. She was a pioneer of research work in her college and has set an example at Delhi University by carrying out research work actively in the area of natural product synthesis, fluorine chemistry, development of fluorinating reagents for synthesis of fluorinated heterocycles of biological importance, fluorination strategies, green chemistry, etc. She has been awarded many research projects from DST, SERB, ICMR, and UGC. She has supervised 9 PhD students from her lab established in the college and is involved in many academic and research activities. She is also a task force committee member, convener organizing committee SERB 2019 ARST College, member organizing committee Science Center Quest at University of Delhi, working group member curriculum development committee BSc courses, member resource generation camp chemistry TIFR Mumbai, zonal coordinator Delhi region Australian National Chemistry, co-convener refresher course conducted by CPDHE University of Delhi, member quick review of NCERT textbooks for higher secondary stage, coordinator national level test ACT IYC concept test in chemistry, Delhi University. She is also a member of many professional bodies with American Chemical Society ACS, Organization for Women in Science for Developing World, RSC London, life member of Chemical Research Society of India, Indian Society for Chemists and Biologists, Indian Science Congress Association, and Association of Chemistry Teachers. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now the session is over to you.
So thank you so much, Dr. Nisha. And thanks to Daulatram College and my own organization, that is Indraprastha Shakti, uh, for giving me this opportunity so that I can talk to my colleagues, some of my colleagues and dear students. It's really pleasure for me. And thank you, Dr. Darshan and Dr. Preeti, for giving me this opportunity. Namaskar, ma'am. Savita, ma'am, namaskar. आपको बहुत बहुत. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is Savita, ma'am, there?
No, ma'am. She's not here right now, ma'am.
Okay. So let me start with my screen. Just a second.
I request students, please mute yourself. We have been writing on a WhatsApp group also on this, but still you people are not able to understand. Please mute yourself, beta. Sorry, ma'am. You can start, ma'am.
Yeah, can you view my slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. The topic of my talk is diet and nutrition impact on health outcomes. In fact, this program or this workshop is being organized under the aegis of Daulatram College and in collaboration with Indraprastha Shakti. So first of all, मेरा नमन है वुमेन पावर को, शक्ति को, और इसी के लिए मैंने शुरू किया है अपनी टॉक में about the woman, that the creator is of this earth is woman. We can see that she is mother, she created us and we are made of her. She is not made of us. She taught us to be human. Similarly, if we consider as far as back, Greek Roman times, nature has been characterized as a woman, Mother Nature. We all know that Mother Nature, also known as the Mother Earth, embodies the idea of a woman purpose to follow nature's design as the caregiver. So we can understand that जो woman empowerment है वो किस तरीके से हम लोग means as a woman embraces in the society. Women are known to nurture as a natural phenomena of being mothers to their offspring, and similarly there are no areas which are left where woman is not involved. The multitasking ability of a woman can be understood from this figure. Of course, it's a simple dramatic diagrammatic representation, but still you can understand that she manages all the work. So Nari Shakti ko naman. Now let me come to my topic. Nutrition and health, that is the diet and nutrition, what is its impact on health outcomes? So as we all know that a well-balanced diet, it provides all of us energy to keep us active throughout the day. And that is why this diet is very important for all of us. I know that nowadays students, young students, adults, then elders, everyone is very conscious about their diet and they are taking care of. But the lifestyle of nowadays is like this, that if we don't give attention to our diet, it will be really difficult to manage our day-to-day activity. With the aging, it becomes difficult that if we don't manage our diet, if we are not taking the good diet, uh, if we are not particular about diet, about the timings of the diet, what are the nutrients we are taking and how we are, going ahead with, means what type of modifications we should make in our diet with the time, with our activity, with the conditions, what kind of conditions we are living. So we have to be very, means how we can adapt ourselves in the conditions so that we can take a balanced diet. So in my today's talk, I'll talk about simply about means what are the different nutrients and how nutrients are important and what should be the ratio to be taken. So we all know that how important this nutrition and health is. Food, we all love food. Everyone loves food, loves to eat food. It can be defined as that anything which is edible, it can be solid, semi-solid, or liquid, which can be swallowed, digested, or assimilated in our body. And these substances, they not only keep us, as I told you, not alive, but also provide energy for our growth, development, repairing of body, regulation of body, protect us from the diseases also. So this nutrition, we can say that it is defined as that the different nutrients and the substances they contain and their actions in the body, including ingestion. So there are, different, you can see that when we eat food, these are the different processes which take place. Ingestion, then digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then ejection. The first step involves the ingestion. When we eat the food, it's taken inside the body. Then digestion, this process during which a complex, non-diffusible, non-absorbable food substances are converted into simple, diffusible, and absorbable substances. Then when the food gets digested, so in this absorption process, in which simple substances, they get diffused in the blood, so the absorbed food is now carried to each and every tissue of the body where it is assimilated. And then in this assimilation process, the protoplasm is synthesized into each cell of the body by utilizing these simple food substances. And then in this digestion process of elimination of indigestible remains of the food from the alimentary canal. So these are the different, processes which are involved. Next comes that what is the, benefit of proper nutrition. So proper nutrition, in fact, it is required for physical health, for mental health, as well as for maintaining the immune system. This adequate nutrition, in fact, it supports healthy growth, weight management, and it reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Mental health, there are certain nutrients which are required to keep the mental or cognitive health, improve the cognitive function and mood stability, and immune system. It's certain nutrients which strengthen the immune system ability to fight infections. So these are the just, from this pyramid, you can understand that what should be the percentage of the different ingredients in the food we should have. Because nowadays there is a concept that we should have more and more protein, less of the carbs, but carbs are energy giving foods. So a certain amount of carbs is necessary. It should be followed by the, more of vegetables, fruits, and then protein. For proteins, you can have the milk, you can have the other alternatives, milk alternatives. If you are non-vegetarian, you can have the meat, fish, egg, etc. And minimum amount of oil, salt, and sugar is to be consumed. This is the basic, day's requirement, that all the nutrients, that is the proteins, fats, minerals, water, and everything can be included. So this is in general, this is the, we can say that overall we need 25% of protein, 40% of fruits and vegetables, 25% of fiber-rich carbs, and 10% of the fats. So this should be optimally the ratio. What kind of diet we should have, it may vary with the person to person or requirement depending upon your age, your this physical condition, your activity, what kind of activity you are involved, what is your nature of the job. So accordingly, these variations are can be there. So this we can understand is what is the relationship between the proper nutrition and the health is that we need to eat healthy, drink plenty of water, reduce stress, and exercise regularly. Then only we can lead a healthy life. And good food gives you healthy body. Healthy body gives you healthy mind. Healthy mind is gives healthy society, and ultimately it comes to the nature. So healthy society, then it goes to the masses also. So this proper diet is very much necessary. People who eat right food, rich in Nidhi, please switch off. Please mute yourself. So people who eat right foods, which are rich in nutrients, they enjoy their lives more, live longer, and are at a reduced risk of disease. Good nutrition is critical in preventing not only deficiency diseases, but also chronic diseases. It's vital to our bodies as water is to plant. So that is how this food is playing an important role. An unhealthy diet increases the risk of many diet-related diseases. So, how can we further, understand that how food can be classified in different categories? I hope many of the students are from the sciences. Maybe they are the BSc program or honor students. So they understand what kind of, how food can be classified. There can be different ways to classify. It can be classified according to their chemical property, according to their function, or according to their nutritive values also. There are 5 basic food groups which are suggested by Indian Council of Medical Research, and these are means cereals, grains and products, related products, pulses and legumes, milk and meat products, fruits and vegetables, fats and sugars. These are the 5 basic food groups. From these fruits and vegetables, let me tell you that different pigmentation in these fruits and vegetables that gives you different types of vitamins, that keeps you your mental health, cognitive health very high. A vigor in your daily diet. Vigor means you should have as many colors in your plate as much you can have. So you can have the green vegetables, you can have the red bell peppers, you can have the green bell peppers, yellow bell peppers. Similarly, in fruits, you can have the black grapes, green grapes. So whatever the best, color variation you can bring, that will be, rich in the nutrients, and that will give you the healthy combination. So this is the the way they have been classified by chemical nature. They have been divided into carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, dietary fiber, water. Similarly, by functions in the body, they can be either the energy giving or they can be energy giving means the carbs, bodybuilding means they can be proteins, and protective means the vitamins or the minerals which we are using. By chemical properties, either they can be organic or they're inorganic. I hope many students are from chemistry background. By mass, they can be macronutrients and the micronutrients because there are certain micronutrients which needs to be taken in the limited amount, and that is why they are called as the micronutrients. It's not like this that it's a nutrient and we can have it. So this term of moderation should be considered while making your diet chart. Everything you should have, but it should be in moderation. Excess of everything will be dangerous to our health. Then by origin, that is, it can be plant food or by the animal food, and by the nutritive values, there are different. So according to, go ahead. So these are, as I already told you, these are the, some depiction of bodybuilding food, energy giving food, and the protective foods. You can see here that fruits and vegetables, they are the protective foods. In fact, they boost our immune system and keep the diseases away from us. So these fruits and vegetables should be the part of our daily diet. It's must. Energy giving foods, they are, of course, they are necessary, but they should be taken in moderation just to keep you energetic throughout the day. And foods means protein rich food. They are good for the repairing of our body and for the growth of the body. In fact, these proteins are more required in case of infants or in case of growing children. For young girls who are in this meeting, you can say that protein is required, but you need to take protein also in moderation so that it can give you the repairing of muscles and wear and tear properties can be taken care of. So according to mass, depending upon the quantity necessary for the cells, they have been classified as macronutrients like the proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. These are the macronutrients. But these micronutrients, which are needed only in small quantities, usually in amounts less than a milligram. So these nutrients are involved in regulating the metabolism and the energy processes. These are the vitamins and the minerals you can see here. So in case of micronutrients, we need only small amounts. Vitamins and minerals are there, and these are the macronutrients. Different vitamins are there: vitamin A, B, vitamin B3, B6, B12. Similarly, calcium, magnesium, selenium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, potassium, all these are the micronutrients which are required. Depending upon the source, they can be the food can be plant-based or it can be the animal-based. So animal proteins, you can have egg, you can have fish, you can have the non-veg. In case of plant proteins, you can have the different types of vegetables, mushrooms, broccoli. They are considered to be, very good source of plant proteins. So let us now come to what are the functions of the food. Then I'll come again on this. The functions of the food is for the physiological functions, for social functions, and the psychological functions. So if we consider this physiological functions, it is the energy yielding food, that is the carbohydrate and the fat. Then you have the bodybuilding food, that is the protein, and the protective food, that is the regulatory foods, vitamins, and the minerals. So as I told you, healthy body and healthy mind gives you the happy life. And then coming to the, you know, other functions of the food, social functions means if your mind is healthy, it will be good for the society. Good minds gives a good society, and psychological functions means for the cognitive health of the any individual. So as far as the definition of how we can define the nutrient, we always say that it should be nutrient rich, but we should know how to define this nutrient. The substances which are present in the food and consumed in our body for its vital functions are called as the nutrients. According to this World Health Organization, these nutrients must come from food and they are vital for the disease prevention, growth, and good health. There are several constituents. As I already told you, they have already been classified. In fact, this particular slide is for the chemistry students. You all know carbohydrates. They have been, classified into the different categories because during this metabolism process, all carbohydrates, they are metabolized to the monosaccharides and then further they undergo in the energy giving process. You can see here, you can understand. I'll not give much stress. As far as the daily requirement is concerned, carbohydrate intake should be in the range of 300 to 500 grams out of the total energy intake for the adults and 40 to 60% for the children. So 50 to 70% of the total energy should be the intake of the carbohydrates, means it should be the 300 to 500 grams. So whole grains, cereals, grain, rice, fruits, milk, these are the sources of carbohydrates. These are the different functions of carbohydrates. Living organisms, they use carbohydrates as the energy producer. They are most abundant dietary sources of energy, 4 kilocalories per gram. So you can see that how much energy they are providing. Stored carbohydrates act as energy source instead of proteins. Carbohydrates, they aid in regulation of nerve tissue and in the energy source for the brain, formation of structural network of RNA and DNA. You all know RNA and DNA, which are the, first molecules on the earth for the living organism. The basic moiety is the carbohydrate only. They help in modulation of the immune system. These are the functions of carbohydrates. You can see how they are undergoing absorption. So from the mouth, dietary carbohydrates, with this enzyme, they are converted into polysaccharides, dextrins, sucrose, lactose, then they are converted into monosaccharides, that is the glucose, galactose, means the fragmentation is taking place. Active transport, by this active transport, monosaccharides are taken to the bloodstream. That is the intestinal lining. If this process is taking place. So the carbs, of course, they are the energy giving, but they should be taken only in moderation. It should not be higher than what is required for our daily activity. Otherwise, it leads to overweight or obesity, we can say. And this obesity, finally, it's related to many of the diseases related to your fatty liver disease or osteoarthritis, or it can be the heart diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, different, weight-related problems can be there. So overeating of carbohydrate should be avoided. Coming to the next category of the diet, that is the protein. They are the essential constituents of the diet. They are made up of amino acids, and amino acids, they are needed for replacement and growth of the body parts. They are classified as essential and the non-essential amino acids. Essential acids. I think these honest students must be knowing about this. That essential amino acids, they cannot be synthesized by the body and must be taken to foods which are, whereas the non-essential amino acids, they are synthesized in a body only. So different combination of amino acids, they can be synthesized, with different combination of the molecules, non-essential amino acids can be synthesized in the body. So daily, as far as the daily requirement of the protein is concerned, it is said that 1 gram of protein per kg of the body is required for the adults. Whereas in case of children, this amount should be 1.5 to 2 grams per kg of the body weight. So if your weight is around 50, then you should have how much grams? 50 grams of protein per day. It should be your, diet. Let's skip this slide. These are the essential and non-essential amino acids. I have defined it already. So these are the functions of, proteins. Protein help in synthesis of enzymes, immunoglobulin, plasma proteins, and hormones in the body. It helps in growth and repair of the body tissue. They are the secondary sources of energy during the deficiency of carbohydrates and fats. And these proteins, they help in forming the hemoglobin as well, and they help in the antibody formation. Similarly, you can see that how this, different processes for metabolism of proteins are taking place. Dietary proteins, they are, in the presence of acid, means when we are, taking our food, they are denatured and partially hydrolyzed protein. In the presence of this enzyme protease, it converts into small peptides and amino acids. And this active amino acid goes in the bloodstream and goes to the different tissues and helps in repairing of the muscles. Now coming to this fat. Fat are the concentrated sources of energy containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are solids up to 20 degree, and if they are liquid, they are called oils. So that difference should be known to everyone, that what is the difference between fats and oils. Fats are insoluble in water. They are soluble in organic solvents like chloroform, petrol, ether, etc. It is deposited as adipose tissue in the body and perform essential functions in the body. Fats are composed of fatty acids and contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So they have been classified into simple lipids, compound lipids, and the derived lipids, that is the triglycerides, phospholipids, and the cholesterol. And they have also been they can also be classified into the other way, that is the saturated fat and unsaturated fat. Saturated fat, you all know that they have the complete no double bond is there. They are basically obtained from the animal sources. So example of these are the butter, ghee, and vegetable oil. Whereas the unsaturated fat, they have the double bonds in the fatty acid, and they are extracted from the vegetable sources such as the groundnut oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. So these are the, so what is requirement of this fat is, it is the 50 to 20% of total calorie requirement should be there from the fat. So that is about 44 grams to 77 grams of fat per day if you eat 2000 calories per a day. But this much amount of calories in fact not needed. So for 15 to 1600 calories per day, you need lesser amount of fats. And as far as this saturated and unsaturated fat is concerned, you all know that what kind of oil is recommended in our diet, and different sources uh, uh, means that is that as the doctors recommend that we should not have the saturated fat. Okay, because saturated fat would lead to, would harm our digestive systems in many way, and that can cause the diseases also. Unsaturated fat are really good, so that is why cold pressed oils are always, recommended in our daily diet, because that will be full of nutrient, no chemical treatment is there, and that is why that is recommended. So these are the roles of fats. They supply energy, they improve the palatability of food, support body organs like liver and kidneys, provides insulation and thermoregulation against cold, provides essential fatty acids which help in growth, promotion, and maintenance of skin integrity, helps in formation of hormones in the body, helps in transportation of fat-soluble vitamins. So its minimum amount of fat is necessary. It should be part of our daily diet. It should not be taken in the higher amount. But minimum amount is necessary because it's basically required to keep our skin healthy, to keep our organs healthy. Now coming to the micronutrients, that is the different vitamins. You can see vitamin A, B, B1, B2, B5, B6, B9, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Okay, so you can see here, and I have shown the different, polyphenols. So I have shown here the different, diagrams also, that what can be the different sources of these vitamins. These are the different roles. I think I should not go in the chemistry of these vitamins. Vitamin A, we all know their deficiency gives, dry scaly skin. It decreases resistance to infection. Daily requirement of 0.4 to 1 milligram is needed. The sources of vitamin A are green leafy vegetables, yellow orange fruits and vegetables. Then coming to vitamin D, it is synthesized by light, so by sunlight. So it is essential for our bone growth. Daily requirement are 400 IU according to the sources, and these units, 400 units, can be obtained, only if we are sitting regularly in sun. Then only it's possible. Some of the food sources, of course, support, but they are not to the extent what is the requirement, and that is why we need to take the some prescribed medicines to compensate the requirement of our daily diet of vitamin D. But the best sources are basically, if we are vegetarian, cheese is a good source of vitamin D, and for non-vegetarian you can have the egg, fish liver oil. They are the good sources of vitamin D. This vitamin D, it increases the intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphates, mineralization of bones. Vitamin D is also essential for the dental health. It prevents tooth decay and the loss, strengthens the gums, and reduces risk of any oral infection. You can see here, it promotes cell growth, it reduces inflammation, can be found in foods, supplements, and exposure to sun. Studies have shown vitamin D can help to prevent upper respiratory infections. We must have seen during the COVID, everyone was after this vitamin D to as it influences the immune system. Am I right? So that you should have the vitamin D. Well, everyone was so particular in taking this vitamin D tablets. Vitamin E, another, good source, good nutrient. It is present in many of the natural sources. These are some of the, vitamin E rich foods you can see here. Milk, oils, eggs, leafy vegetables, papaya, grains, nuts, etc. It acts as an antioxidant, prevents the formation of oxidative free radicals, cofactors in electron transport. It prevents for delays in aging. So vitamin E capsules are there, which have been used in the very many of the beauty creams also. So it prevents or delays the aging. So if we can have it in our daily diet, okay, so it keeps your body away from aging. Yeah, these are certain, deficiencies, vitamin D deficiencies, which can cause dry skin, leg cramps, uh, even, numbness, skin problems, vision problems, walking difficulty. So these are the different, problems which can be there by the deficiency of vitamins. So, in nutshell, we can say that nutrition plays a critical role in promoting overall health and well-being. A balanced diet rich in essential nutrients supports physical, mental, and immune health system. Making informed food choices is key to reaping the benefits of proper nutrition. So let me all tell you, finally, that as far as our diet is concerned, we have to be watchful towards our diet. Of course, with the आजकल जो हमारे इतने सारे लाइफस्टाइल में चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, और यू कैन से जो एडवांसमेंट इन एग्रीकल्चर एंड फूड सिस्टम्स हो रहा है. Similarly, we are, shifting in dietary consumption patterns with the economic development, urbanization of, developing societies. तो उसमें क्या हो रहा है, उन सब चीजों में हम लोगों के जो eating habits हैं वो change हो रही हैं. Sometimes it may be due to, lack of time, that we do not have sufficient time. Sometimes, for the poor also, you can say that availability of food. So we are compromising. So the basic thing is that there should not be any compromise on the our diet, and we should be very much concerned for what should be eaten, what should not be taken. Ojasvi.
Yes, girls.
Ojasvi. Can I conclude? So, final takeaway to all my students is that, yeah, it's a long way. You have to go. You have to be very particular about your diet, about your nutrition, which ultimately affects your health. So be careful while you are there in the canteen, kahin par bhi ja rahe ho. You should try to avoid, eating food which is having more portion of the carbs, more portion of the fats and oils. Rather, you should have the preferential eating for foods which are rich in proteins, which are rich in good fats, which are rich in nutrients, other nutrients, less in carbs, more in the nutrients. So, any questions, I'll be happy to answer. from the students or my colleagues? Hello.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a beautiful, well explained, and informative talk about the health and nutrition. Students, if you have any query, please ask questions to ma'am.
Any questions? It's a very interesting topic. I think students should come forward. They can,
I think there are many students from humanities also, and they should ask because it is entirely new topic for them.
yes, yes.
I believe chemistry and life sciences and physics honor students might be aware about nutrients, but I believe कुछ ऐसी चीजें हैं जो वो नहीं जानते हैं.
And it's
Ma'am,
very,
I have a question. Can I ask, ma'am?
yeah, sure, please. Sure, please.
Ma'am, in one of your slide, what I saw, you have written the vegetable oil
Hmm.
in the category of fat.
Yes,
Ma'am, triglyceride is a fat and oil, and the fats are basically made up of saturated fatty acid.
yes.
Right, ma'am, and they are solid. But you have written the vegetable oil
And there
example in
are
that
certain,
case, ma'am.
yes. So there are certain vegetable oils, okay, which do not have, this saturated fat.
Ma'am, coconut oil you are talking about, I think.
Yes. And this coconut oil, this is the sesame oil, okay. So these are the oils which do not have, that saturated fat which needs to be avoided,
Okay.
okay.
But mostly what I have seen, ma'am, fat and oil, the fats are generally animal based and oils are plant based.
Yes,
Right, ma'am?
yes,
Because
that
I'm
is.
also taking this paper. So these are exception, I think, because coconut oil and sesame oil, they are basically plants in
These
origin. So they should be included in oil category, not in the plants, ma'am. Oh, sorry, fat.
No, they are not categorized in the they are categorized as the vegetable oil, but they are the good oil. Means as we know that good fats.
Yes, ma'am.
One recommends good fats. If we are eating avocado, it has the
Mm-hmm.
fat, but these are the good fats. So
Mm.
good fats are always recommended. So even if a vegetable oil contains some good fats, but if these are the good fats, they are always recommended.
Okay, ma'am.
So I
Any
think
other
today's
question?
topic it was more of the interest for the Uma Kumar ma'am. I would have been happy if she is here and I should have taken her advice that what kind of food we should have because there should be endorsement of what I am telling. I'm not, doctor by profession, but still, uh, these dietary patterns which everyone needs to follow. These are the, basic things which I try to, communicate to everyone. Nowadays, you must have seen that there is a trend of Mediterranean diet, vegan diet, and so many other diets are there. Of course, there are, effects, good effects for some time, for a period of time. But later on, there are deficiencies in the body for the other nutrients which we are missing for certain period of time. So such diet should be avoided. Regular diet with more of protein, less of carbs, less of fats should be taken. More nutrient-rich diet should be, our motive.
Ma'am, I have one more question. Can I ask, ma'am?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Ma'am, there is a one more concept of trans fat and the fat free. Ma'am, I
Hmm.
don't understand what is fat free. What they are trying to say, but like when they people promote their product, कि this is fat free. Actually, है क्या ma'am fat free वो?
That is trans fat.
It is trans fat, na?
Yes, it is a trans fat.
And it does not have the properties like normal fat, ma'am, जैसे oily and sticky होता है, and it is basically a dry one. But
Yes,
it is not good, ma'am.
yes, yes, yes. It's a good fat.
The trans fat is a good fat, ma'am.
No, it's a, trans fat is a bad,
Yes, ma'am.
saturated
It is a
fat
bad
and
fat.
trans fats are the bad fat. So whenever we are talking about this thing, that it's a, rich in fats, then always it's a good fat. When we are talking about the good fat.
You mean to say that the fat-free means it is a trans fat, it is not a good fat, right,
It's
ma'am?
not a good fat, yes.
Okay.
Saturated fat is bad.
Yes, ma'am. Saturated fat is bad.
जो हमारा घी होता है हमारा, है ना, बट हम कहते हैं ना वेजिटेबल है, बट 1 spoon of ghee every day is required. So even if we are taking the minimum amount, that is basic need of our body.
And what about desi ghee, ma'am? It's a fat, but it's good. Why?
Good fat. So there are certain categories. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But it should be pure. It should not have that hydrogenated oil mixed in it.
Right, ma'am. It is
Yeah.
not sold
Yes.
these
In
days,
the
ma'am.
market, you will find that desi ghee is mixed with the hydrogenated oil. Hydrogenated oil means saturated fat.
Vegetable.
Saturated fat. Okay. So it should
Yes.
be pure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
You have been my teacher. The ma'am has taught me in master. I still remember your classes, ma'am. How can I forget those days? Thank you once again.
It's
I
my
got an
pleasure to
opportunity to
and,
interact with you,
you know,
ma'am. Thanks
it's
a lot.
it's
Yes,
my it's
yes,
my
over to you,
pleasure.
Nisha.
दर्शन मैम
हाँ जी,
एक ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ लेना है क्या, वो करवा के बच्चों का फोटो
ले लो आप, ले लो।
तो फिर मैं बोल दूं कि
हाँ
आप
जी, बिल्कुल आपको पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैम।
It's my pleasure to be associated with Shakti, and thank you so much to Dolathram College for giving me this opportunity under this your program, that is the Yuva Shakti Abhiyan.
Yes, ma'am.
Dear students, please start your video and take a photograph. I think Dr. Neeta Garg Mangla ma'am has raised her hand.
Yes, can I speak?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. Very interesting workshop going on. I joined today. I just wanted to add something to the conversation ma'am and Dr. Darshan was having, because I was hearing their talk, and I also teach the same paper and very close to my heart. Darshan ma'am, you were asking about coconut oil, and I myself have taken that oil, and I have seen the components and all. It is good because it also has saturated fatty acid, but the unsaturated one, it has lauric acid and myristic acid, which gets metabolized. And when we talk about lipid metabolism via beta oxidation, it gives good energy, which is required for everyday repair. Your next question, which you talked about, desi ghee, it is good because, again, when you talk about plasma membrane, you need their lipids so that you're able to form. Then you ask the question about trans fat. All the fats, when they are going for repeated frying, what happens is their structure changes, cis to trans. So they become trans, and then they start depositing rather than giving you energy. And that is why trans fat is bad.
No, that's absolutely true, because there is a lock and key mechanism in the body, because enzyme
Hanji.
recognize the V shape of the
Yes.
fatty acid, and that is a naturally occurring fatty acid because they have a cis configuration. I totally agree with you, but you said the desi ghee has a lipid that the fat which is good for the membrane. You know, the membrane has a phospholipid. The membrane has a phospholipid. I don't
Membrane
feel
plus you need steroids, you need cholesterol, right? So your desi
for
ghee is going to
membrane.
provide that.
For
You need
membrane.
cholesterol for all your hormones. So that much of ghee is good.
Of course. Yeah.
That's
true.
And ma'am, the problem is why we tell students not to take canteen food too much or fried food is because they are repeatedly frying the oil. So
Yes.
that is the main culprit. As such, a lipid has been, categorized as a villain, but you do need good amount of lipid in your body. What ma'am talked about, 10%,
Right.
because all your hormones, whether it is your corticosteroids or it is your reproductive hormones, you need cholesterol, you need pregnenolone. So if your mom is giving you a chapati with ghee, it is good for you. The problem comes when you take from roadside where they are repeatedly frying. So what is happening is the good fat gets converted to trans fat. And that is going to go and get deposited in your arteries and plaque formation and cardiovascular issues. So just wanted to add that point there. That's why I raised my hand.
No, that's true. And the one more thing is taking place when you fry for a longer time. Actually, the rancidity is also taking
हाँ
place.
जी, हाँ जी।
हाँ, तो वो भी होता है।
हाँ,
ये भी
इसीलिए बच्चों को
problem।
मना करते हैं कि प्लीज डू नॉट टेक आउटसाइड। अगर आप उसी की जगह घर से खा रहे हैं, वन टाइम यूज ऑयल, इट इज फाइन, बट वो रिपीटेड करते 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 यू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू ट्रांस फैट।
Trans fat, yes, true. Because I still remember the once my student asked me, "Mom, desi ghee is also a ghee. It's a fat, but it is good." So I said, "Ki, हाँ, it's a good fat." But I didn't find a good answer for it. But ma'am, it is because of that good fat. How to, in what sense it is good? कुछ ऐसा है जो उसके अंदर, if we talk about the chemical, कोई ऐसा केमिकल जो हम कहें कि हाँ ये केमिकल है या ये फैटी एसिड है, इसकी वजह से अच्छा है?
नहीं, as such तो नहीं, it provides lining, to our intestine that, helps in metabolizing the. So,
Ma'am, also
It's
certain
digested
essential
easily,
fatty
हाँ.
acid we get from where we can make the other fatty acids. So that is why we say it is good, because those are required. Because we are not able to make these linolenic acids and all. So we say that the
Essential fatty
palmitic and stearic which you are
Yeah.
getting, they're good.
essential fatty acid.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक. Yes. Any other question? It's a good discussion.
no, this topic is like this, that if we keep on discussing,
No, one should come forward, ma'am. Every day we are facing these things, and the students, as Anita said, the students these days they have a food outside their home, like canteen and their hostel mess. They should understand the importance of balanced diet. Even in my class, I recommend students that you should have banana in the morning. Even if you are not having a breakfast, just keep a fruit. Okay, maybe apple, orange. You should have some fruit with you.
Yeah, banana gives you full nutrition. It's packed of nutrition, fully packed. So that's a good source.
Yes, ma'am.
Energy as well as gives you all the nutrients.
Quite potassium also, ma'am.
Good for your keeping your
Blood.
mind active while you're going for the class.
Yes, Nisha.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I think there is no more question, ma'am.
Okay, then thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now the session is over.
Thank you. Can I leave?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Darshan? Yeah, it was
Yes,
pleasure.
ma'am.
We connected.
Nice meeting you again, ma'am.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hope to have you for another session in another college, ma'am.
Yes, sure.
It's
sure.
just trying to have open other colleges also, ma'am.
You have taken very good initiative. It's
Thank you,
really-
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
At least it started this year and it can go in the different colleges.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll be coming back to your college also, ma'am.
Sure, sure. No, it will be good. Our pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I think I request everyone, please leave.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
मेरे ख्याल से निशा आप ही एंड कर देंगे तो शायद एंड हो जाएगी मीटिंग।
मैं कर दूं एंड में? मुझे
हाँ
लगा
जी,
कि
आप कर
हाँ,
दीजिए।
ठीक ठीक है।
I'm
ओके
not
मैम,
able
ओके
to
ओके जी।
find my icon.
थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू।
See you on
ओके ओके
Monday.
ओके
Okay, ma'am. Namaskar.